So itong phone na ito, lumabas, is just to confuse you. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra. Probably this is supposed to be the successor ng Z Fold 7. Pero iniba na nila this time around. This is the Z Fold 8 and this is the Z Fold 8 Ultra. Dalawang foldables na ang nilabas niya this time around, but we'll talk about this one on a separate video. Today, pag-usapan natin kung nag-improve nga ba itong phone na ito, si Z Fold 8 Ultra, the formerly Z Fold 7 na walang Ultra. Numipis ba siya? Gumanda ba ka ng performance and overall feel? Kamusta naman siya? So, intro muna tayo. Nahiram ko naman tong phone na ito without a box. So normally, it will come with a C2C cable and a SIM ejector tool like this one. But like always, meron lang siya isang Samsung Care na papel sa loob and wala ng case, wala ng charger. The next thing that you'll be asking me kung anong charger ang pwede kong i-recommend sa inyo. So here it is, a U-Green na 100 watts na charger. So this one, paborito ko to dahil it has 5 ports. Apat na C port, isang A port, so you can charge multi-devices all at the same time. Now for more information about this charger, andyan lang sa description. Now itong si Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 na may 12 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage is priced at 123,990 pesos. And yung kanyang 12 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage would be priced at 137,990 pesos. And ang kanyang 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage would be priced at 165,990 pesos. For more information kung saan siya pwede mabili, I'll pop it on the description box below. Or pwede nyo i-click yung YouTube shopping link natin para makuha niyo yung voucher from me to you. Makamenas kayo when you're buying this phone. Now, one of the things na gusto ko dito sa kanya, ang ganda ng shadow violet niya. This is kanyang hero color. Medyo may touch of black siya, pero kung nailawan siya, parang medyo dark purple siya. Mas dark siya than the usual purple. So kung medyo mahilig ka sa mga dark colors, I think this is simply a perfect color para sa'yo. Yung likod nito is feel ko parang powder coat finish. Mas smooth siya, no? Pero wala kang fingerprint makikita. And by the way, this is a Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protected. And yung kanyang sides armored aluminum frame na aerospace grade. And ang kanyang screen sa harap is Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 3 protected. The same sila sa Fold 8, parehong Victus 3. And this is the first time na nahawakan ko isang Victus 3 protected na smartphone. eSIM ready na pala to phone na ito and it comes running on One UI 9.0 inside Android version 17. 7 years na Android update, so you're updated dapat up to Android version 24. Overall feel tong phone na ito feels good, no? I mean, hindi siya kasing lapat ng Fold 8 kasi yung si Fold 8 pag hinawakan mo parang mas wider siya. Ito, just the right feel on a normal smartphone. Now, we'll touch into that later pagdating sa mga display. Now, once it's unfolded, you get the same goodness ng Z Fold 7 except that siguro mas numipis siya ng konti based sa akin observation. One thing na napansin ko is medyo mas creaseless na siya compared sa Z Fold 7. Pero as you keep on folding and open and folding and closing, pansin ko meron pa rin siyang crease. Pero still, minimal na lang siya. Hopefully sa next generation, halos totally wala ng crease. Nga pala guys, this one is IP48 dust and water resistant, pero I go against dipping this inside the water. Pero kung na-splash ng ulan, I think it's pretty much okay. So kung gusto mo makita full complete spec sheet nito phone nito, share ko muna sa inyo. Now, one of the things na hinahanap mo on a smartphone is yung kanyang reliability ng UI. One UI is definitely still one of the better ones na meron ni Samsung. It has a lot of features. Lalo na right now, it's already using Android 17. Probably if you have watched the Android I.O. talking about the Android 17, mga features niya, most likely everything will be coming dito sa smartphone ito. You first see it sa mga Samsung na smartphones. Now, when it comes to multitasking, itong phone na ito is definitely okay. If you're reading manga, you get a good view, especially if you're scrolling. Mabilis siya. I mean, better view compared sa mga normal smartphone na malitang screen. You can be more productive if you're doing Word documents, spreadsheet, or PowerPoint presentation. Life is much easier if you have something like this one. In terms of productivity sa mga executive, I think this is definitely something that you must have. Na pagdating naman sa multitasking, I would say na maning-mani lang naman dito sa phone nito. Kahit ano naman binato ko dito na apps, kaya naman ng patakbuhin na walang problema. No hiccups, no hangs, no lags. Definitely, it's expected naman dito. Dahil this one is being powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Samsung. And multitasking is definitely a breeze. It can even play you games dito sa phone na ito. Well, papakita ko sa inyo later. And nung sinalang ko naman ito sa Antutu benchmark, it got me a near 3 million points sa Antutu benchmark, which I was surprised na medyo mas mataas si Z Fold 8, getting me a 3.08. Now, if you want to see all of the other benchmark na ginawa natin, ito na. Now, as you all know na battery is not one of the highlights ng isang smartphone ni Samsung. This one having a 5,000 mAh na battery. Nothing new. But did you know na this one is already a silicon carbon na technology? Dahil alam naman natin si Samsung, no, medyo stubborn siya kasi mga ibang manufacturer already been using silicon carbon for one of the longest time. Ngayon pa lang nag-adapt si Samsung. And hindi din yan nilakihan yung kanyang battery. So still stuck at 5,000. But did you know na itong phone na ito, hindi siya mabigat? 215 grams, no? So, definitely featherweight. And one thing na napansin ko sa kanya is lumipis siya compared sa Z Fold 7. It also has a 45 watts na fast charging support. It also supports 20 watts na wireless charging and 4.5 watts na reverse wireless charging. I did say a mouthful pero wala siyang bypass charging. Take note. Now, in terms of battery endurance naman, if you're using a outside screen, tumatagal naman siya. I would say a whole day, walang problema. Siguro if you're more of the inside type of person, if you like the bigger screen, I would say medyo mas mabilis mag-drain. Sabihin natin mag-start ka the day at 8, and mostly naka-on to, gumagana, and ginagamit mo siya talagang thoroughly. I would say siguro mga 2 or 3 p.m. nag-charge na ako. Estimate ko lang based sa aking 2 weeks of experience kasi I'm the type of person that charges from 30 to 90. No? So, pag umabot na 30, I'm pretty sure na I'll be hitting the power cord na for this one. But nevertheless, pag matipid ka naman gumamit, I would say it can last you through the day. Except yung inner screen, ha? On sa kanyang outer screen, itong PC Mark na battery stress test can last me roughly 18 hours of screen on time. But once that you unfold it, like this one, ganito, tansya ko, siguro it can give you mga 8 hours, siguro, divided by into half or probably a little less. Kasi mas malaki ang screen ko dito on the inside. So, definitely consumes more battery. Now, pag-usapan lang natin ang kanyang screen. When it's unfolded, it's a 8.0-inch na foldable dynamic LTPO AMOLED display with 120 Hz of screen refresh rate, 3,000 nits ang kanyang maximum brightness. So, meaning if you're directly under the sunlight, naka-unfolded ka, nagbabasa ka ng manga, wala kang maging problema dapat dito sa phone na ito. Eh, pag naka-folded naman siya, it's a 6.5-inch na dynamic AMOLED display with a 120 Hz screen refresh rate, also having a 3,300 nits na maximum brightness. This one is being protected by the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 3. Now, if you're using the outside screen, perfect na perfect siya pang social media. Watching your shorts, browsing your reels. This is the perfect one, yung kanyang outer screen. Kahit hindi mo na i-unfold, lahat pwede mo makita dito. Dahil naka-vertical format naman siya. Swiping across all the reels, well, you get a good refresh rate naman dito. So, definitely it's going to be fast. Yung bilis na pag-load ng reel, it all depends naman sa bilis ng yung internet. Now, if you're unfolded naman, this one can give you a better experience if you're watching mga long format like YouTube, Netflix, and all of your other online streaming apps na nakahiga. It definitely is better to view it na naka-unfolded. It gives you a really nice rich colors dito. The black is blacker. Sharp ang ng videos and photos. I think you'll love it better if you're using it unfolded. Now, gusto ko lang i-quick sound test lang itong phone na ito dahil si Z Fold 8 Ultra gave me a good sound experience. Let's see kung would this one surpass it or just almost the same. It has one speaker here and one speaker here. Check natin. Well, yung sounds niya is the same sa Z Fold 8, rich, and pagdating sa bass, mafe-feel mo yung ganda ng kanyang bass. So, sound tripping, goods. Now, since this phone has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, so hindi naman talaga natin maiwasan to play some games naman on this phone. So I played 2 games, Call of Duty Mobile and si PUBG. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, I would say na umabot lang siya ng 60 FPS. Exactly the same lang din kay Z Fold 8, no? I'm not sure kung bakit hanggang doon lang siya, na-stuck lang siya doon, and hindi ko na kayang to use a higher refresh rate pagdating sa gaming, no? Though sinagad ko naman kanyang graphical settings, pero hanggang doon lang talaga siya. Yan lang talaga kaya niya ibigay sa akin. In terms of touch response, very responsive naman siya. And in terms of sound, masaya naman ako sa kanya. It was really good. Overall gameplay sa CODM was really playable. And I would say siguro, mas gusto ko lang yung viewing experience ko sa Z Fold 8 compared sa Z Fold 8 Ultra. Dahil that one is a bit wider. Ito medyo mas lang, para mas siksik lang siya konti. But you still get a better view compared sa mga normal na smartphones. Overall gameplay was solid and halos wala mo na feel na frame drops dito sa kanya. Halos consistent naman siya nasa 60 FPS. And pinakamain nila inabot ko is just 35 degrees Celsius after an hour of gaming. Pagdating sa PUBG, same din, 60 FPS. Pero maganda naman aking gameplay, no? Except na siguro I would say na mas gusto ko lang maglaro sa Z Fold 8 compared sa Ultra. But nevertheless, you get a really good experience naman dito sa kanya. Touch response is good. Sounds is good. Wala ko na feel na frame drops. Maganda yung viewing experience. You get a really good graphics dito sa kanya. Overall gameplay, I would say na pretty solid siya. And hindi rin siya mainit at just 36 degrees Celsius after an hour of gaming. Now, pag-usapan natin ang camera nito phone nito. It has a 200MP na main camera sensor with OIS, 10MP na telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom, 50MP na ultra-wide lens, kaya na mag-shoot up to 8K in 30. Yung kind of front-facing camera, be it sa outside and inside, parang 10MP, which can shoot you up to 4K and 60. Now, in terms sa mga photos na na-capture natin sa outdoors, I would say pretty rich. Maganda mga colors, a little bit saturated, I would say yes. And the same sila ng Z Fold 8. Itong flower na ito, no, sobrang ako natuwa dito sa kanya. In actual, hindi siya ganun ka-pink, no? Pero dito sa photo na medyo mas fuchsia siya, pero mas maganda yung kanyang color. I love the color better than what I saw with my naked eye. So definitely, it's much Instagrammable. Pagdating sa other flowers naman na-capture natin, pretty nice and solid. Medyo mas a little bit greenish than green. Pero overall, yung kanyang sharpness is definitely good. Maganda. Pag kumukuha ka naman mga ibang subjects naman dito, maganda. On indoor, low light, maganda ka na pagka-bokeh, that's for sure. And tinry ko naman ka ultra-wide lens. And zooming all the way to 30 times zoom, still much readable. Pero it's already digitally zoomed. Now, if you're trying to capture naman mga food dito sa kanyang camera, equally nice siya, like the Z Fold 8. But overall, pagdating sa low light, mga food photography, approve na approve to sa akin, maganda. And most of this food shot, I would say that pretty much is really yummy, ganda tingnan. And if you're trying to take some mga lobster shot like this one, pretty good. And some other product shot, solid. There's still more photos nandito sa phone nito na na-capture ko. I wouldn't be able to share them all dito. So, follow nyo na lang ako sa aking Facebook page para makita nyo more photos coming from this Z Fold 8 Ultra. Pagdating sa kanyang front-facing camera, very sharp. I would say na wala sa megapixel nga, di ba? Like I told you, maganda mga front-facing shot niya, detail is preserved. And pagdating naman sa indoor, it's also good. Pero overall, ang kanyang quality is still pretty solid. Here's a video from the front-facing camera outside. 8 Ultra using kanyang outside camera, taking a 4K and 60 na video. Ito yung kanyang resolution. I would say stable. Expected ka naman sa kanyang camera, which is pretty nice and solid. What do you think? Here's a video from the front-facing camera from the inside. Z Fold 8 Ultra, 4K and 60. Very stable. Parang yun sa labas lang, no? So, pretty solid ang kanyang camera. Perfect na perfect to for video chatting, conferencing. I would say nice, solid. And ito naman ang video from the rear camera. Z Fold 8 Ultra. 4K and 60 recording ko, kaya namang 8K and 30. So, I would say pretty stable. And expected ko naman to from its camera. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa bagong Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra? Now honestly, feel ko mas magaan siya compared sa Z Fold 7. And mas lalo na kung Z Fold 6 ang pinanggagalingan mo. Now, One thing na napansin ko sa kanya is that it has improved to silicon carbon, so making it thinner, lighter. So definitely that's one thing to consider yung kanyang pagkamagaan. Secondly, it's very powerful ng kanyang processor. It has really nice cameras dito sa kanya. I think the camera is better than the Z Fold 7 based sa aking experience. Overall, maganda experience ko dito sa kanya. But siguro personally, I would go for the Z Fold 8 na base variant. No. Siguro due to yung kanyang pagka-wideness. At first, medyo I feel a little bit off sa akin. Pero as you use it along, parang mas tama yung kanyang golden aspect ratio, no? But this one is still solid if you're coming from the Z Fold 7 and ayaw mo mag-adapt dun sa medyo bagong format ng Z Fold 8. The Z Fold 8 Ultra is definitely the one for you. And still, I would say, pretty nice, pretty thin, and pretty solid na ilagay sa loob ng yung pocket. Except that medyo mahal nga lang siya this time around. So would you consider buying a Z Fold 8 Ultra? Let me know in the comments. Kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan pwede mabili ito, I'll pop it on the description box below or nandyan lang sa YouTube shopping link. Just click it para makakuha pa kayo ng vouchers coming from me to you. So kung natuwa naman kayo dito sa aking review, don't forget to like, subscribe dito sa aking channel so you don't miss out mga future review natin just like this one, Z Fold 8 Ultra. So paano guys, hanggang dito muna ako. I'll see you on my next one. Peace out. And so ako para si Richmond and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.